We may have a new problem here. We may have a new problem. Can you see that blank space there? My face should be there. And it's not. It is completely not there. In fact, it's not only not there, but the camera is gone. Okay. Didn't think this would be a thing. Didn't think this would be an issue. Didn't think that I would lose the camera. Didn't think to check that. Okay. Right. Question is, gang, what do we even do about this? Because the camera is kind of important, I'm not going to lie. I sort of need the camera to do anything. Oh, it's definitely plugged in. It's definitely plugged in because it was working before the blue screen of death destroyed the first attempt at this stream. Let me see if I can dig out. I hate this. I'm just throwing it out there. I am not a fan of what's happening at the moment. Definitely not a fan. It feels like I'm being punished for something, but I don't really know what. I don't know what I've done to deserve all of this. I'm gesturing wildly. You can't see it because, you know, there's no goddamn camera. Hang on. Oh, it's been turned off and on again. Against my will, but it has been turned off and on again. Okay. Now, and allegedly I do have a camera plugged in. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, but I do have one plugged in, so that's nice. Oh, that's broken that completely. Hey, there we go. Jesus Christ. Oh, massively overexposed and laggy. That's fun. Why does it look like that? Do we know? Do we know why? Okay. I think it's starting to come under control now. Right, let's turn it down a little bit. Oh dear, gang. Oh dear. Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. Right. Turn that down, turn that back up a little bit. No, that's now too low. I'll have to go back up. And then that can go down. Right. No, plebiscite. I haven't lost my settings. I've just had to plug in a different camera. Like, I've had to plug in a different camera because the original one seems to have just died. It's just died outright. It was working, then we had a blue screen of death. And then, why? You know what? Why did I do it this way? Why? You know what? The first blue screen of death immediately killed any and all enthusiasm that I've been trying to build up, given that I still feel terrible. And then it broke, and instead of being sensible, I just went, okay, well, I'll just go live again. Didn't think to check anything, and now I'm just annoyed. Also, this camera's really crap quality compared to the other one. I'm going to have to find out why. To be fair, Nick Slottle, that's like the fourth blue screen of death I've had in 3 days. I think the PC is dying. Something in here is completely knackered. But unfortunately, I do not have the funds to replace any of it. So I guess once it fully dies, you'll just never get any more content ever again. That's it, really. I think that's actually what's going to happen. So that'll be fun. Anyway, let's say hello. Hello, Synergy. Hello, CJ. Hello, Nobody. Hello, Epic Votann. Hello, Plebiscide. I've already talking to you. You don't count. That's not true. You do. You know I love you, really. Hello, Goof. Hello, Mosh Bear. Hello, Jez Hunt. And Isaac. Oh, 3 month synergy. Love it. And you've been forced into moderating. You're doing double duty. Whether you like it or not, apparently. Why? The colours are absolutely wrecked on this camera that I had to randomly plug in. Hello, Glacier. Hello, Tom Goes Rogue. Why do it looks really off? Let me see if I can change this a little bit, because I don't like how this is. Oh, the white balance is all screwy. Nope, that's it's closer. It'll do. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, I like stuff and things as well, Saren. Oh, thank you, Nick Lottle. Ugh. Yeah, it is the morning. That we had a whole thing. There's going to be a whole load of stuff set up for, like... I had a whole plan for things to talk about. Oh no, I'm starting to cough already. This is a bad start. So yeah, I suppose this week, more than any week, making Doreen talk, as always, it requires $2 because she's greedy. But any and all super chats and new members would be extremely appreciated, because apparently this PC is on its way out, and that's a real pickle. That's a real problem. That's an issue. Also, the start of this stream is just nothing. Terrible start to a stream, wasn't it? I mean, it came out of nowhere off the back of one that had failed because blue screen of death. And then when we started, the camera didn't work, so I had to find another one. Like, it's not the best. It's not the best. Oh, excuse me. And I'm coughing a lot. Getting on to like nearly three weeks? Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks of being ill. Not the best. Right. What were we going to talk about? That's the question. Just blast out a bunch of emails, Glacier. Just try and get something out of someone. Well, I suppose I could do. This PC has served me very well until just now, and now it's starting to fall apart. I could do with a smaller PC. I bought the case for the PC that I'm using when, like, before SSDs were really a thing. So it's a massive case because it's got space for like 12 hard drives or something in there. And yeah, it's a bit chunky. It's a bit big. It doesn't need to be this big. I'm behind the times on going full SSD and stuff. Yeah, we need to have a look at the preview. That's something we're going to do. We're just going to do a normal... normal Monday ramble. Maybe... Maybe it was that camera that was dying. Maybe that's what was happening. Maybe the camera was on its way out, and that's why it was messing the PC up. To be fair, most of the PC is fine. And, like, up to date. Like, it's pretty up to date. Relatively up to date. It's got a Ryzen 9 in it. That's fairly up to date. Although I think the memory's old. I'm pretty sure the memory's pretty old. But there's 32 gig of it, so it's fine. It's really the graphics card. The graphics card is the thing that's getting on the most. Out of everything in here, the graphics card is... It's an old lad now. It's an old lad. I'm still using a 980 Ti, so it's definitely old. But the thing is, for most of the stuff I use it for, it's fine. For most of the stuff I use it for, it's just works, doesn't it? Just works. Don't actually...
PC Fund.
That's very nice, Plebiscite. Thank you very much. Yeah, most of it, like, works okay. Bits of it are fully up to date. Like, I don't think there's any point trying to replace a Ryzen 9 currently. And maybe, like, newer memory would be a good... Oh, no, wait, no, there is new memory in this. When the motherboard blew up, like, a few years ago, I had to replace the memory. So, actually, the memory's relatively new. I think it's just the graphics card that's ancient. The graphics card and the case are both very old. The case doesn't make any difference, though. It's just what all the stuff goes in it. Oh dear. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah, I'm going to... Oh, it includes a link to something called Nearly Dead. That's funny. I don't know what that is. I'm just saying I'm nearly dead because of COVID. We're going to implement something. I'm stealing something from Mikey. Right? We're stealing something from Mikey. If we get the member goal for the day, we're going to give something away. I have a few different things to give away. So, if we hit the member goal... I should double the member goal for doing a giveaway, but we'll start out with a 10. We'll start out with 10, and if we hit the 10, then we will give... We'll hang on a second. I'll get the thing. Some of it is buried, and I can't get to it currently. But we've got some Immortals to give away. We've got... Where's it gone? Oh yeah, there's some Custodies to give away. We've got a Centurion to give away. We've got a Ghost Dragon, which is awesome, by the way. So yeah, if we hit 10 members, then we'll do a little cheeky giveaway. That's the deal. Alright? Hello, Zingbo. It's mostly me having some sort of existential crisis this stream because everything's broken. But it's fine. I mean, how low is the budget? How low is the budget for the budget PC build? Because if the budget is more than 20 quid, it's not happening at the moment. Good morning, voice of Todd. Hello, Daniel. Yes, I have heard of the Eldrazi. I don't know a huge amount about them, but they look awesome. Oh yeah, I'm stealing stuff all over the place, Goof. What is it? Plagiarism is flattery or something? Oh no, I mean that's the budget I currently have. That's the budget I currently have. For some reason, YouTube ad revenue is terrible, and because I took a week off... I say took a week off. I didn't take a week off. I was horribly ill for a week, so I didn't upload for a week. And since I've started uploading again, YouTube has just not pushed anything that I've made. They've just been like, well, here's the thing, see, you went 6 days without uploading, which means you don't want to have a functional channel anymore. You took a week off, and taking a week off means that you get nothing from now on. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So, yeah. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to push memberships a bit more and do more members-only stuff and doing things like doing a giveaway if we reach the member goal. Because, yeah, I had to take a week off from being horribly ill, and YouTube just... It's not like an intentional thing. It's just the algorithm.
Just like everything else, Doreen is overcharging me.
Doreen always overcharges, Goof. That's what Doreen's for. She exists to overcharge. She's got a real attitude problem. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, if you have a channel, you get to do what you like and make the content you want to make, which is awesome. But if you build up a rhythm and then you don't stick to that rhythm forever, if you have to take a week off for any reason, YouTube absolutely slams the channel and just decides that you don't get to appear to anyone anymore, or that it's not going to notify subscribers or people who have notifications turned on that you've uploaded, and it just goes, hey, see, you've just not put the work in. You just don't care. And it's like, I do care, but I can't walk 2 feet without collapsing, which is the state I was in for a solid week. But it doesn't. There's no way of informing it of that. Instead, it just decides that you've given up, and so therefore it will give up on you. It's not a good platform, I think, is the honest truth of it. But what else is there? I suppose there's Twitch, but I like making videos, so yeah, you don't get sick pay. You get the opposite, Donald. So with YouTube, you don't just not get sick pay, you get actively punished for being sick. So if you're ill, and that means you can't upload, you don't just not get anything, it will impact how much you earn for that month. Like, the earnings for September for the channel are horrific. Like, not sustainable. So, and it's all because I had to take a week off. Just because I had to take a week off. Oh, it is fun, mostly. We need a union is what we need. But, you know, not big on unions in some situations, the US for some reason. I'm not going to say everyone, that's not true. Let's face it, there's other things that should be unionised in this country as well, but yeah. Anyway, I wonder if this has kept what I wanted to... Nope, of course it hasn't. Oh, hey, look at that! It did, it brought it in. Nice. Well, so far, gang, we haven't had another blue screen of death, so that's something. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? History Matters. Also, I love your channel, by the way. But yes, it's trash. It's just absolute trash right now. And the thing is, I've been slowly building up and shoring things up by streaming, but I haven't been able to stream because I've been too ill. And, you know, memberships dry up as soon as you stop streaming. And honestly, gang, it's like super chats and memberships are the best way to support channels currently. It's the best way to support the channels that you love. But memberships especially are very much like, you get big spikes of them when you're streaming, but they don't tend to trickle in outside of that, I've found personally anyway. So on the channel page, Fairy Godmother, in fact on the video you're looking at right now, underneath the video there should be a button that says join, and you can join there. I've got multiple tiers on mine, so for £2, like, you get a shout out in the next video, and it also means that you don't see, if I remember right, do you still see ads? I don't think you do you? If you're a member. I don't think you do see ads if you're a member. £5, you get early access to stuff, and there's going to be like exclusive videos for members, and then there's tiers above that with additional levels of like added stuff that's being built up. It's not showing up for you. I don't know whether, I think it's the same thing on if you're watching on mobile, I believe there should be the same button, but there's also Patreon is also an option. I've still got a Patreon active, so if you don't want to do the YouTube route, then Patreon is another way to do it. Oh, thank you very much, Goof. I really, like, I can't express just how much becoming a member helps at the moment. I really can't. It makes a massive difference. Massive difference. I thought members also got to skip ads on the channels that they were members of Aaron Railways, but I might be wrong. I could be totally wrong, to be fair. I could be wrong. I'm members on a couple of different channels, but like I support Liam and Mikey, for instance, because I love them. They're the best. They're both the best. Thank you very much, David Caps. Oh, tell me about it, Kasaku. It's insane. It's like they're really pushing premium, and actual channels were just not getting anything at the moment. Just not getting anything. It's frustrating, to say the least. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That Goof, no. There's no apologising for like not being able to do like a higher level of membership. That's not on. Just
Stop
doing.
embracing Grandfather Nurgle.
I'm trying, Ruskin says. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard not to embrace Nurgle, but what can I say? He's obsessed with me. He wants me, and I don't like it any more than you do. In fact, I probably like it less. But yeah, no. Don't ever apologise for like supporting the channel via memberships of any level. It's a massively generous thing to do. It's something that helps a huge amount. If you've got a choice though of being able to afford something that you need and supporting the channel, do the thing that you need. Like, I'm not trying to suggest that just watching isn't enough. Like, I'm not trying to make you feel like you have to give something. You don't. You don't. Just watching is huge. But I also don't want to be like... I also don't want to give the impression that everything is just, everything's grand when there are issues with the platform that are directly impacting, well, people like me who make videos and stream and stuff. Because... he's not lying. It's not even a lie by omission, but I'd prefer you guys to know what's going on. And if I'm like off on a stream, or like videos are taking like a weird negative turn or something, if you have the context of, well, I'm putting in more work than I ever have and getting less for it, or, I've been ill for a week and so YouTubers just shove me to the side and aren't actively trying to actually tell people that I've made videos, I want you to know that that's happening, so you have context for just context in general, I mean, to be honest, Glacier, things like COVID will always affect me for a while, because I've had pneumonia a couple of times, and so like I've got, it almost sounds like a Victorian thing. I have like a weak chest, but like infections and coughs and stuff just last way longer for me. It's very frustrating. Did I say hello, Kurozu Fenris Wolf? I think I did. And yeah, David Caps, again, thank you. Look, just any support at all is incredibly generous, and I don't ever want to see like you feeling like you should be doing more. You don't need to think like that. Oh, welcome in, nobody. Thank you very much. Oh, did I not say hello, Kanja? Sorry about that. I apologise. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. This stream's got massive distraction energy, and that's mostly because of like the really bizarre start we had, like the instant blue screen of death when we went live. Oh, Jesus. It's just been mad. It's just different. David. With Twitch, there's far more of a culture of like tipping and like bits and subscribing and stuff. And that's just not as much a thing on YouTube unless you kind of start out like that, which I didn't. It varies a lot more from channel to channel on YouTube, whereas Twitch as a whole it's more accepted that you are, as a viewer, like, responsible for most of the income of a channel, if that makes sense. You know what? I did pretty well not coughing all morning until we started streaming, and then I got all stressy, and now I've started coughing again. It's like half of it's like psychosomatic, I swear. You know what, actually, now we have 3 new members, so we're 7 off giving this lad away. This fella here. There's no point doing that. This fella. The Centurion Marshal, which, by the way, is a great model. We're 7 off giving that away to someone. I am talking more, that's true, Ruskinses. Yeah, plebiscite, yeah. I get stuff from YouTube Premium. I couldn't tell you the exact percentage. I'd need to go into the analytics and look. But I'm not going to do that now because that'll make me cry. So, we'll save that. Put legs on it. Hello, Sindri Tepek. Right, so, for the preview, we've actually, like... Okay, we need to have a talk about some of this
Hope
stuff,
you're
right?
doing better. Thanks for everything. Greetings from Germany.
Oh, thank you very much, Vadico Riffs? Vadico? Oh, I'm so bad at names. First things first, right? This cover for the Codex looks fantastic. Once again, they can make cool codexes when they want to. That one, not as good. Not as good. I mean, for a start, is that the previous one? But just with the Imperium symbol in the back. Again, is it the same that they've done with the Tyranid one? I think it might be, mightn't it? It might be. Either way, there's something about that art that just looks weird. It's like he's got like a giraffe neck. Just a really long neck sticking out of the...
Let's do what America does best. Throw money at a problem until it fixes itself. And I'm feeling generous.
I mean, you know, throwing money at the problem, given that the problem seems to be that my camera is destroying my PC, which is interesting. You know what I've just realised? I wonder if the camera is responsible. Let me full screen this. You know, I've just realised, gang. I was getting screen tearing before. When I scrolled, I was getting screen tearing really badly. Since that blue screen that we had at the start of the stream, the screen tearing has stopped. Oh, no, it hasn't. No, it's just shifted down a little bit. Hilariously, you can't see it, but, you know, that makes sense. But yeah, that... I don't like them reusing the artwork. I just don't like it. Like, they have so many talented artists and they have such a big lead time on this stuff that there's no reason to reuse the artwork. It's just laziness. And chucking the Imperium logo behind the Marine on this is not enough of like a differentiation for me. I can't remember what the top and bottom of the 9th edition codexes look like, but the 8th edition one even, but I just don't think that is sufficient. I don't think just feels lazy. Just feels real lazy, especially when you have things like this. God, I really thought the screen tear had gone, but now it's back and now it's really bugging me. Like, this is a cool cover. I don't think this is even like new art necessarily. I don't know. The thing is, we have so much art of Space Marines that I can't remember what's old and what's new. But I think this is still old art, but at least it's been implemented in a new way, you know? Like having things like the sword and stuff coming out of the side of the picture, and it's something different, and it at least has visual interest that this lacks, you know? It's just better. It's just a better looking Codex. Oh, tell me about it. AOS is pretty bad for it as well. It's pretty bad. Mighty Shrew, is the lack of new art related to John Blanche retiring, or is their art department actually quite big? It's nothing to do with John Blanche retiring. They've got the money to make a brand new bit of art for every single Codex they do. Is the fact of the matter, but they don't do it because it's easier to just reuse artwork over and over again because they're not having to pay anything extra for that. So that's why really. In terms of what we've actually got model wise, I mean, the Captain with Jump Pack does look cool. I'm still not sure about them standing on the rock, but it is a cool model. And I still think the inclusion of the stabilizers on the back of the legs, you can just see there, and the flaps, I still think that's a really good inclusion to jump intercessors. Well, just assault marines, aren't they, basically? But I think that's a really cool inclusion. It adds a lot. It really does. It makes them look more viable. It's something that I didn't know was missing until I saw it on these, and I was like, oh, I think I prefer that. Yeah, I mean, just having him on the ground would be fine, wouldn't it? I think you're right, Ruskins, is just have him on the ground. Just have him on the ground. It'll be fine. That's the thing, like, he's either jumped onto this bit of, like, reinforced concrete or something to then jump up into the sky, or he's landing on it, which is dangerous and weird. It's just a bit... I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they go, we need to show that this thing can fly. How do we do that? Have them balance on something? So you don't need to always do that. You could do something different, you know? It'd be even more insulting that your new Codex is out of date on release if you took out... Oh, God, yeah. I mean... The limited edition Tyranid Codex was out of date before it arrived. It's just so shoddy. It's just not good, you know? It's just not great. Landing on tiny things seems like a bad idea. Yeah, it totally is. It totally is. The Chaplain Terminator armor I'm okay with. I mean, the shield is cool. The fact that you can have a shield Chaplain Terminator armor is awesome. I don't like the head that got on him there, but it is pretty... It is... I mean, I'm just a sucker for a good Chaplain. I've got a Chaplain... Oh, yeah. Oh. I nearly lost Hell from Ignia. One day I should do something with this lad. He's not the coolest one, but he is a cool one. I just randomly grabbed him when I saw him because I was like, oh, I love me a good Chaplain. Go back there. Yeah, I mean, I just like a good Terminator Chaplain. The Company Command, or Company Heroes, as they've replaced it. The Leagues of Votann Boarding Patrol. Oh, what was in that one? I can't remember. I seem to remember it was a pretty decent one of the boarding patrols. I feel like. I think. Yeah, this is great. I really like this. It's a cool box. The heavy bolter looks solid. I love the fact that you've got the old style of helm on the champion. The bionic arm looks really good. Yeah. It's just a cool box. I mean, it's going to be like, what, 80 quid or something, probably. I mean, there's a question. What do we reckon for this? What do we reckon, price-wise, for this? The price have probably shown up somewhere. But your best guess, what would your best guess be for these? Because things like HQ stuff is always way more expensive, right? It's always way more expensive. I'm trying to remember. There was what was it called? That box that was a bunch of models out of Indomitus. No, not out of Indomitus. The one that was out of the one before. Damn it. 40. Is that it? Is that it? That's actually reasonable. That's actually pretty sensible. What? 40 quid? I'm genuinely surprised by that. Like, seriously. I'm genuinely surprised. They usually really take the... I mean, I'm not complaining. That's okay. I mean, it's still expensive, don't get me wrong. It's not cheap. Oh, okay, it was Heroes of the Chapter, Honoured of the Chapter I was thinking of. I was thinking of Honoured of the Chapter, which is the box of stuff out of Indomitus. So you had like the Chaplain, and you had the Ancient, and you had like Eradicators and Blade Guard and stuff, which is 8 models. But I thought it was fewer models than that. So, because Honoured of the Chapter is 95 quid. So, I just assumed these would be way, way expensive, you know. I mean, it's still expensive. 40 quid is still a lot of money for this. It's still a lot of money, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Oh, we got the Terminator Squad. Love them. Oh, sorry. Absolutely love these. Love the new Terminators. I mean, I've got like 20-something there. No, there. So many Terminators over there. So many of them. I don't need a second Terminator army, but I'm going to probably end up with one eventually. Not anytime soon, because this PC needs fixing before I buy anything else. I mean, at some point, if I could replace all my Terminators... Although there's no Assault Terminators yet, because they've done the staggered thing again, which I don't get why they haven't done normal. Gave up on the button, so went for the Patreon. That's very kind. Thank you very much, Fairy Gothmother. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can't get. I don't know how to get an alert that shows someone's joined the Patreon on the stream. I don't know how to do it. Something I have to look into more. Yeah, they. What was that? Like They must have Assault Terminators designed, right? They must do. They must have Assault Terminators designed. But they haven't done them. They haven't released them. And I don't understand why they haven't released them both at the same time, like both kits. It's exactly the same thing with like the weird way they did Primaris, where we had to wait years to get Assault Intercessors. Like, close combat is a core part of Space Marines. And for some reason, it was just like, yeah, no, we haven't made those. Yeah, but why? Why not? And they've done the same thing here. Like, the old Assault Terminator kit is still going to be for sale, whilst these new Terminators are being sold. And it just baffles me. Just seems like a weird choice. Why wouldn't you just lump them all together, you know? Make it one big, cool release. But no, we've got to wait for a bit. Which, also has the effect of being like, I don't know, making me not that fussed about starting to slowly replace my Terminators, because half of them are Assault Terminators, and I'm not mixing the old kit with the new one. That's too expensive. And also, what would be the point of buying new Assault Terminators to go with these ones, because I already have old Assault Terminators? So, yeah. Weird choices. The interesting thing will be seeing whether the price is the same. Which I need to go and look at the prices after this. Need to find out what the damage is. The Jump Pack intercessors, I mean, they just look cool. They just look really cool. I still think they've done a good job with them. The Jump Packs do look more fancy. They do look more like futuristic. Weird though that sounds, given that it's 40k and it's set in the future. But, yeah. I think they've done a decent job with them. They look like they fit. But they have just little added things here and there that make me feel like they're just more complete than the old ones in a way. They all are landing or standing on rocks though, which is so annoying. It's just not... You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it, gang. You don't need to do it. What are they even like... For one guy, it's like, okay, that dude's landing or jumping off a rock. For all five? For all five of them? Why are you doing all five? Why would you do it? We know they can fly. Just have them on the floor. You don't need to have them all on rocks. You don't need to do it. The Sternguard Veteran Squad, I want to see the sprues for. They all look like they're tiptoeing around like kids. Okay, admittedly, a few of them do look like they're tiptoeing around. Yeah. Oh no. Oh dear. Anyone who removes the rocks is technically modelling for advantage. Just build the base up. Get a bunch of base material, build it up around the rocks so it's like flat on top, kind of. It's the only way. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way. You know, the new Sternguard do look good, but the old Sternguard box was such a treasure trove of bits that I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna really, really miss it. It was so good. It was such a good box. And I just don't think this one is going to have the same level of customization. Oh god, I need to blow my nose. Hang on, hang on. The big old double flamer thing does look cool. Apologies for that, by the way. I just didn't want to blow my nose down the microphone. The big old double flamer is cool. But yeah, it's just not going to have the same level as the old box, which is sad. But overall, it's a good looking squad. Like, the squad itself do look good. Another lieutenant, because obviously you gotta have another lieutenant. I just so don't care about Primaris lieutenants anymore. What's the point? What's with the scopes looking straight at iron sights? Alright, look, you've... okay. They need to double check what they're aiming at. Admittedly, it does look as though the scope couldn't see round that, but we're just going to ignore that. The Brutalis Dreadnought is cool. I have no further notes. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. I mean, a full close combat Redemptor is what I wanted. So that's fine by me. That's fine by me. Oh, the YouTube live dashboard has just said, the stream's current audio bitrate is 0. We recommend 128 because I'm muted. So that I could not blow your ears out whilst I blew my nose. They're building up for Codex lieutenants. I mean, they could do it. The Boxnaut is still with us in spirit in the form of the Ballistus Dreadnought, but I will admit that the Boxnaut is a classic and it should never have gone. Oh, Desolation Squad. I can't stand these. I just can't stand them. They just don't look good, alright? Stupid, Nerf gun looking nonsense weapons that, even by the standards of Warhammer, are just like, I don't know, what were they thinking? What were they thinking with these? Could you not have just had them having like missile launch, like shoulder mounted? Instead, we get like, what is even the purpose of some of the stuff on the guns? Like, just no part of it makes sense to me at all with these. They've got like rangefinders / sights attached to the power pack instead of any sort of augmentation on the helmet. The actual launchers also have some sort of sight, but not in any usable position. The overall shape of the weapons just looks mad, and not in a good way. It's like someone took 2 rocket launchers, stuck them together, and then stuck a third one underneath them. But then they didn't know what else to do, so they stuck the back end of a bolter onto that. It's just such a nonsense weapon. I can't stand it. Like, I like the occasional dumb, goofy weapon. I'm a fan of dumb and goof in Warhammer, right? Some of my favourite models are silly ones. But there's just something about these that are... I don't know. It just looks like someone didn't know what they were doing when they made them. Just really odd. Just really, really odd. And not in a fun way for me, personally. No, mind you. Here we go. Oh, I mean, come on. Let's be honest. Things like... Okay, favourite goofy weapon. I saw one earlier. Let me, I mean, most of the assault weapons, to be fair. Most of the melee weapons in Warhammer are hilarious. Like, a power fist is inherently goofy. A power fist is silly. It's dumb. It's not sensible. It doesn't make any sense. But it's still awesome. It's still great. Same thing with a chainsword. Chainsword is not good. It's not a good weapon. Have you seen what happens when a chainsaw hits cloth? It jams, is what happens. Like, it's just... There's so many. There's so many. The chain fist. I mean, pretty much all the fist weapons are, like, absurd. Yeah, Asriel's old gun. Hang on, let me find it. Let me find the picture of it. You know what? We're going to have a little rant as well. We're going to have a little rant about this because I got very irritated. I got irritated because I criticised this gun for good reason, I think. So, this is it, right? This is Asriel's old gun. Lion's Wrath. That is an official picture, okay? When they sculpted Asriel, they had to take a chunk out of the gun so that it sat under his shoulder pad. I don't think the gun was ever meant to actually look like this, right? But then they decided, instead of ignoring that and just making it so that it's a normal, sensible bullpup style weapon, instead they made it canon that the magazine goes into there and then goes where? Where does it go, gang? Where does it go? Where? Does it go up here, and then along there, and then up there, and then out there? Is that how it works? Is there a little escalator, a little conveyor belt that takes it up? And that's the thing, right? That is the problem. On Asriel's old model, when they showed off the new model, one of the things that I brought up in that video is how his old gun is stupid and wouldn't function because of where the magazine is. It just wouldn't work. And all of the comments on that video were people sitting there going, "Oh, you don't know what a bullpup is. Oh, how do you not know what a bullpup is?" As though that was the problem. As though that was the issue. As though the issue was that it's a bullpup style rifle and not the fact that there's no physical way for the... this is where the ammunition is stored. There is no way for the ammunition to exit the pointy end of the gun. Right? That was the problem with that weapon. But instead of people looking at the actual model that I was talking about, instead it was just full of people going off on one about how actually bullpups are a thing. How do you not know that? Also, the implication that everyone should know what a bullpup is. I mean, admittedly, I do know because I played Counter-Strike when I was a kid. But this here, this is a nonsense gun. Does it teleport? Does it have a conveyor belt? We don't know. All we know is it doesn't make any sense. That's one of the reasons I liked the new version of Asriel's gun, even if the magazine is sticking out the wrong side of it for him to actually reload on the new one. But yeah, I will say my favourite thing about that video, or my favourite comment on that video, was someone declaring that I must have had a very sheltered upbringing to not know what a bullpup is, especially given that some model of gun that is a bullpup is the weapon used by my country's armed forces. And I was just like, what are you talking about? What? You must have been very sheltered. Very sheltered. You must have been extremely sheltered to not know a specific gun. What does that mean? In the context of just being a human being, what does that mean? I don't know. Anyway. Also, the best thing about that was they named a gun and it wasn't even the right gun. They gave the name of the gun and then someone else came in and was like, I think you'll find that is not the gun that is used by the armed forces in the UK. You have got that completely wrong. That is not our main weapon. So, what the hell are you talking about? I just read it and I was like, oh my god, the cultural whiplash is absolutely killing me. You know what, Stanky? If I remember correctly, that was basically my response. I did say that I'm extremely sheltered because my office has a roof. So, great minds and all that. But yeah, when it comes to ridiculous weapons in 40k, look no further. Look no further than that. Clearly absurd. Absolutely mad. Although, I did like, when I just searched for it, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? I'm loving this version. This is great. This is the best version. That's what his new gun should have looked like. Look at that. I don't know who made this. It was on Grimdank. Whoever came up with this, genius. Absolute genius. Absolutely should have been the new one, that. Definitely should have been the new one. That would have been class. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. You want to make sure that there's minimal travel time. I'm not really sure how you fire it, but then again, I'm still not really sure how you fire this one. So... It's so stupid. Oh dear. Right, that was a tangent. How do we even get onto that? The combat patrol. Just a normal generic combat patrol. I mean, Terminators plus, what are they called? Pyroblasters, whatever they are. Stupid name, but it's fine. I mean, it's going to be 85 quid. It is just half of the Leviathan box without the Dreadnought. That's all it is, isn't it? And you know what? If they were going to do half the Leviathan box, I would have preferred they put the Dreadnought in there. Would have preferred that. For sure. Hello, Dats and Des. How you doing? You don't need to hold it. Hyperoptic. It's fine. I'm so sheltered I've not been exposed to literal weapons of war. A travesty. Need to get out more. You need to get out more, the fish on the hill. I do like the new Terminator. I just wish that he had a helmet. Oh dear. You know what? I feel like this isn't going to be a very long stream. I'm happy that we've managed to do one, but you can probably tell. Not 100% back to normal yet. Oh, that's a good question. How does it compare to the starter set? Oh, there's the Vanguard Task Force. I forgot about that. Stupid thing. Stupid thing that's more expensive than it should be. Okay. Starter set. Let's have a look. If we do... the Ultimate Starter set has... Oh, so it is just... It's the Space Marine half of the Ultimate Starter set, basically. Yeah. So the Ultimate Starter set is 125 quid. This will be 85 since it's going to be a... since it's going to be a combat patrol. So for an extra 40 quid, you'd get a Tyranid combat patrol as well. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where if you were prepared to break down the box and sell the other half of it, might be worth getting the combat patrols 95? What was I looking at just now? You might be right, you know. You might be right. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, no, you're right. 95. It's because I was just looking at the Vanguard Task Force, which is 85. I got myself confused. So actually, yeah, for the cost of this, so this is 95 quid. The Ultimate Starter set is 125. So if you spend an extra 30 quid, not 40 quid, you would get what I assume is going to be the... What I think, at least, is the Tyranid Combat Patrol. Or is going to be the Tyranid Combat Patrol. I don't know if they've announced that yet, have they? Have they announced the Tyranid one? The other starter set... would be the 65 quid one, if I remember right. Oh, yeah, okay. So the other one is missing the librarian. Oh, wow. The other one is just missing the librarian. Right. Okay. Okay. So, Jesus. If you got... Yeah. 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 Okay. Just your normal starter set plus a librarian will get you the full Space Marine Combat Patrol plus all of those Tyranids. Right. Sure. Of course. Of course. Let's have a quick glance and see how much... I mean, it is technically a Terminator Librarian that you'd need. Librarian and Terminator armor is 24 quid. 65 plus 24 would be 89. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. So if you were to go to Games Workshop and you were to buy this starter set plus this librarian for £6 less than this combat patrol, you would get this combat patrol plus all of those Tyranids. So for £6 less, you can get the contents of this box. Okay, alright, hang on. We're going to set something up here, because this can go up as a video in a minute. When we've finished. When we've finished streaming, this can just go up as a video, because this is hilarious. And, you know, people will know, but I want more people to know. So that's, what, 55 quid from there. Librarian, Terminator. Oh no, I haven't had a look at the I haven't had a look at it yet. Okay, so let's just get these up. Yeah, so that is Combat Patrol Space Marines is the Pyblasters, or whatever they're called, the Captain, Librarian, the Terminators. The starter set is the Terminators, the Pyblasters, whatever the hell they are. What are they called? What are they? What are they? Infernus Marines, that's it. I knew it was something like that. Okay. Also, the Combat Patrol is direct from Games Workshop now. Oh no. Oh boy. There is a PDF for the NID Combat Patrol. I mean, the thing is, if we're just talking value, if we're talking like modelling projects and stuff. So, let's see if this works, shall we? Smile, gang. You're going to be in the video. It's going to be a very short video, but you're going to be in it nonetheless. I might edit you out if you don't behave. If you don't behave yourselves, I might edit you out. You don't want to get edited out. So, we've been having a chat, haven't we, gang? We've been having a chat, looking at the preview, looking at what is going to be released next weekend, and something that is being released next weekend is Combat Patrol Space Marines, which is 5 Terminators, 5 Infernus Marines, a Librarian Terminator, words, and a Terminator Captain. It looks like this. How are you going to do me like this, Stats and Des? What are you doing? So, this is the Combat Patrol. This is going to be 95 quid. We know this. All the Combat Patrols are £95. So we know that that's how much this is going to be. Always. Every single time. The only thing that isn't is the Vanguard Task Force, but we don't talk about that because it's stupid. So, the thing is, this is 95 quid. This is the starter set. This is the starter set, and this is £65. Now, in the starter set, what you get for your money is almost the entire Space Marine Combat Patrol, minus the Librarian Terminator. I keep saying that the wrong way around. The Terminator Librarian. The Librarian. Whatever, who cares? Along with a bunch of Tyranids as well. You got Von Ryan's Leapers, you got the Winged Prime, you got the Neurophage, I want to say, and you've got some, whatever those are, the Termagants. Hormagants? Termagants. Either way, that's quite a lot for 65 quid. The thing is, you don't get the full Space Marine Combat Patrol, because for that, obviously, if we take a look back here, we need this fella. We need the Librarian. So, what we do is, we go here, Librarian and Terminator armour. It's the same lad. It's the same lad. And he's 24 quid. He's 24 quid, right? Now the thing is, if we add 65 and 24, we get 89, which is £6 cheaper. £6 cheaper than the Combat Patrol, and you get all of these Tyranids as well, which is effectively the NID Combat Patrol minus the barb guns, as Sergeant Angle has just pointed out. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. That's actually quite a good deal, because that is the full Combat Patrol, effectively, plus another Combat Patrol, which is awesome. However, you can do it even cheaper if you go to Element Games, which you will all do anyway. I'm talking to you as well, chat, because of the affiliate link that's in the description of this. You could do the same thing, but for even less. So for Element Games, the lad, the big lad, is in fact £20.40. The starter set is £55. So now that's taken us down to basically 70 quid. 70 quid for this £95 box plus another £95 box. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's pretty good value. Admittedly, if you don't want the Tyranids, then there's no point. But if you did want to get both Combat Patrols, instead of buying them separately, or in get someone else into it. You can get someone else into the game. If you've got a friend, maybe they're interested in Tyranids, you want the Combat Patrol for the Space Marines, you could just do this, give them the Tyranid half, you'd be absolutely fine. Plus, I'm increasingly feeling like the value of this stuff is just, it feels well off. That's like, what, 12? So, there you go. There we go. Regin has gotten ahead of me. 12 models. 12 models, £95. Feels kind of rough. Well over double that for 70 quid. I don't know. That's starting to feel a little bit more reasonable. A little bit better. Just a little bit, maybe. I feel like it's worth looking into at least. And the thing is as well, even if you go for the ultimate version of the starter set, if you buy Barb Gaunt separately, that is still going to be less than doing the ultimate starter set as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's an option, something to think about. Maybe don't spend the 95 in isolation if you feel like you want to start Tyranids as well. Maybe do a little bit of shopping around and get some Tyranids on the side. And if you decide you don't want the Tyranids, you can always sell them and get even more in terms of a discount for your money, instead of just buying a Combat Patrol when you could be getting way more. Way more. Oh, we got all the way through without coughing. We got all the way through without coughing, and then we started coughing again. It was bad. Oh, I suppose, yeah, the ultimate you do get the scenery as well. You do get the scenery. Depends on whether you want the scenery, doesn't it? I mean, really, it's just trying to find what has most value to you. Well, is it proper? Yeah, no, it is proper scenery, isn't it? But the rest of the content is the same. It is literally just the scenery that you get extra. But, yeah. Oh. I'm on live chat, Kanja. I'm always on live chat. I don't put it on top chat because it means I miss stuff. Yeah, Jalio, all combat patrols are 95 quid. All combat patrols are 95 quid. Every single one. It's just a standardised point of entry for the game. Nah, Des, it's fine, don't worry. Yeah, it's just a standardised point of entry. Every single faction gets a £95 box. Which allegedly is supposed to all be balanced against each other. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But the exception to this is the Vanguard Task Force, which is just like a weird nothing box that isn't really anything. It's just a way for you to get suppressors, but having to pay loads. I feel like their talk of it being balanced is nonsense, but that's what they're aiming for, at least. Yeah, it's kind of a different game. At least that's what they've gone for. I can't remember what's coming up in the new Necron Combat Patrol. I know they changed it, but I can't remember what to. Really, the worst one out of all of them is the Death Guard one. Mind you, the Death Guard and the Thousand Suns are both pretty naff in a way. So many Zangors. The Chaos Demons one should just be Demons of Khorne. Because there's 3 other Chaos Demons armies. I mean, really, as well, if you... I mean, let's be honest. The Space Marine ones are all just interchangeable. Apart from, like, Black Templars and Death Watch. Those are pretty specific. Grey Knights, I know are technically Space Marines, but you could take the Dark Angels one, or the Space Wolves one, or the Blood Angels one, and do them however you like, and it'd be fine. Oh yeah, at least Death Guard can play their Combat Patrol now. They couldn't before. Oh, terrible that was. Here's a Combat Patrol. It's not a legal loadout. You had one job. You had one job. Just the one. Right, what else do we have on the preview? Ah, we covered that, lad. Solid. Love that, lad. Some books. Loads of books. Jesus. I can't keep up. Oh, some more other language releases. Good. Got more Pariah Nexus, Lawmasters, and Citadel Masterclass. Okay. What was the anniversary model? Did we see that already? Where was that? Did I miss it? Pardon me. Did I miss the anniversary model? Where was it? It was Wednesday. Heresy Thursday. Sarastas Knights. Sarastas? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, no, I totally missed this. Totally missed it. Now, I'll tell you what. Should we record this as well, gang? Record this as a live reaction. This is the secret. Do you know how I get the pages looking nice and clean? I just hide all the social media stuff that they have embedded in. It's so dirty. It's absolute filth. Hang on. Yeah, I am. I'm mining you for content. I'm mining you. There's nothing you can do about it. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. Ultimate plagiarism all the time. I've already started recording. This is going to be a bad start to the video. Hello, Space Bee. I'm not going to start it like that. Okay, I'm blaming the whole COVID thing for missing. I've lost my train of thought immediately. I'm blaming COVID for missing this. It's not my fault. It's not my fault I missed the Warhammer Day miniature, but luckily the chat was here to tell me to have a look at it, and so we are. I'm just using them for content, just using them in some sort of horrible abuse of power. So we're going to take a look. It's Leagues of Votann, so it should be good because, well, it actually works really well because we did the range review for Leagues of Votann over the weekend. So this is like perfect timing for this. Absolutely perfect timing. So celebrate Warhammer Day with a brand new miniature. It comes but once a year. Well, I mean, that's how birthdays work, isn't it? Marking the 40th anniversary of Warhammer as we know it. And I have to admit, the articles they've done, like the ones going back through years and years of Warhammer, I've actually really enjoyed those. It's been kind of cool looking at some of the older stuff and some of the newer stuff in contrast to that. So yeah, this time round, we've got the Ancestor's Wrath, who is an Iron Here champion standing at ease, bearing a stag crest on her armour that's mirrored by a motif on her shield. I know he said motif, that's not a word. She has a choice of 3 different heads. Helmeted. Good start. Good start. Helmeted. We get a full helmet. I'm in. Lifted visor and bear. I mean, to be fair, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. That looks cool. The shield is really nice. I do like the shields. I love the shields on the Iron here. Just because of the fact that they've got the shield, but it's also a gun. It's just great. It's cool. The stag crest looks... I like the stag crest, actually. I wasn't sure when I wasn't looking at it properly, when I was just reading. I wasn't sure about it, but I don't know. Now we've got the full model on display. I like that a lot. Very commanding. Very commanding. Like, what's the word? Like, implacable. That's it, implacable. She sort of looks like... Yeah, looks like she'd be absolutely impossible to kill. Like, you just pour everything into it, nothing would happen, and then the giant hammer would hit you, and that'll be it. I feel like the hammer... Oh, no, it is pretty much the same as the other Iron Here champion, isn't it? I think it is, anyway. I still love the armour, right? The massive shoulder pads and the kind of segmented feel at the front, I still really like that. Having the runes kind of inlaid into it. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's just fun. Also, there's a little bit of... Oh, interesting. I was trying to work out whether that was like part of the base or not. What was going on down there, but it looks like they've just done a little display for her this time round. Have they done that before? It's kind of interesting them doing that. Making it more of like a display piece instead of making it look just normal and playable. Also, I think we can just sort of see the big, like, tubes, capacitor looking things coming out the back of the armour. Can just see that there, which is one of the cooler things about that unit. Yeah, I like that. What do we reckon, gang? What do we reckon? Because I'm thinking this is pretty good. I'm thinking this is pretty good. I think it looks better than the generic champion. Yeah, Brian, I think you're right. I think it looks better than the generic one. It's pretty solid. The face isn't bad either. I think probably the helmet's going to be the way to go. Oh, visored option does look decent, though. The visored option does look decent. Like it. Bayard's Revenge was a display piece. That's true. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I do love the helmet, though. The helmet looks great. The helmet looks really cool. That's fun. It being, like, fully sealed off, I definitely prefer that for heavy armour. I definitely prefer it. Although the visor lifted as well is decent. Man, this actually feels like one where every single head option is good. That's rare, to be fair. I think all 3 heads look decent. All 3 of them do. Yeah, that's... I don't know, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I haven't been fussed about some of them, but I think I could see myself picking this one up. It would be the first, like, Leagues of Votann thing I'd ever paint as well. Kind of feels fun that if I am going to paint one, it would be the special one for Warhammer Day. Feels like there's a lot of, like, I don't know, there's a lot of attitude, like personality going on. I'd really like to see a full body shot with the helmet. Because that pose with the helmet looking to the side, yeah, I think the helmet's the one for me. I mean, it normally is. It normally is, but all heads are good. We call that a lion. Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, no, the lion. All of his options looked good. Obviously, the helmet with the cloak with the hood over the top is the best one, but they all looked good. Yeah, that's solid. That's a good model. That's a good Leagues of Votann model. I think that's appropriate for Warhammer Day, isn't it? I mean, especially since it's like having brought squats back, kind of, sort of. Bringing them back and then making them the subject of a Warhammer Day miniature. I like that. Yeah, solid work. Solid work there. Oh, I kind of want it now. I really want it. Oh, God. Oh, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Ah! Okay, look, we've got an issue here, gang. Oh, hang on. Wait, there's a Warhammer preview? When? When is it? When? Oh, Warhammer Day preview. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, when else was it going to be, really? When else was it going to be? Obviously, it was going to be then. It got stuck in editing hell, Cyber Ash, but I am mostly fixed it by at this point. Oh my God. Did you hear those words? Didn't make any sense what I just said. I had issues, but I'm fixing it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's... yeah, what else are we going to get on Warhammer Day? Golden Demon's on its way back. God, Golden Demon. It's one of those things where I kind of want to enter, but also don't. No, my cat is typing this. I haven't. It's still fading. It's nowhere close to the same colour it was when it was first dyed. It needs to be redone again, to be honest. I mean, if it was Warhammer the Old World and they actually did a proper focus on it, that would be nice. But I don't know. It feels... Warhammer the Old World feels like it's kind of ended up going nowhere. I was expecting a lot from it, and we've had like 3 models shown off, and then they've been like, here's what we're focusing on. But I don't know. It just feels very slow. The Caradron Overlord's Vanguard box. I don't think I've looked at that one. I feel like we'll suddenly be like absolutely flooded with Old World when they're ready to go. Like, we'll be absolutely flooded. Oh, it's not a bad box. We've got what? Frigate? Frigate engine riggers and... oh, what are they called again? What are they? Oh yeah, just normal Arcanauts, aren't they? Yeah, no, that's okay. That's an alright box. Yeah, I think that's okay. The Admiral's cool. I do like that model. Yeah, Admech and Necrons, they'll probably show some of that off, surely. So good. Also, just so many cool bits. You can go like wild with Admech stuff. Oh, paint the Thingy Day, Warhammer Day model on stream. Yeah, we could do that, maybe, providing I've got 2 cameras by that point. Yeah, the Admiral with the tiny ironclad was the best one. Yeah, I need to find out what's going on with my other camera, because it's definitely broken. It's definitely fully stopped working, which is not ideal. But that's something that I'll have to do, not on stream. You know what, gang? This has been shorter than I was hoping, but I'm starting to get very short on breath, as you can probably tell. And coughing, which I don't want to do, because I'm sick of coughing, because I've been doing it for the last, like, 2 weeks. So we may have to... Jesus Christ. That's what she had. No. Not having it. The Vampire Blood Bowl team's great. I think we talked about them on the... whenever they were revealed, didn't we? I thought we did. Didn't they show up in... Oh, maybe I didn't talk about them. Oh, I really thought I had. In the Nova Open reveals, that's where they first showed up, wasn't it? I thought we talked about them there. Maybe we didn't. But I love it. I love that team. They look great. Yeah. They look fantastic. I'm going to paint the Dwarf team that I've got. And then I'm going to paint the Vampire team. Because they look awesome. Oh, the named lads. You know what? We'll... I'm going to stop now, but what we can do is take a look next stream. I'm going to try and stream a few times this week. I'm going to try and do it tomorrow as well. Like, do shorter streams, but more often whilst I'm getting back on my feet. That might be the way to go. Space me, I've had pneumonia a couple of times. I've had, like, fluid build-up and stuff. It's not been great. But I just need to stop talking. I just need to stop talking for a bit. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be sensible, right? I'm going to be sensible. I'm going to try and stream again tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning. Same time, 10 o'clock. And then Wednesday, we're going to do work in progress Wednesdays. And hopefully, if I can sort the camera out, work out what's going on with it, then we'll do some painting in the evening. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm not going to push myself too much, because as you can tell, I'm not 100% yet. But we'll see how we do. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, new members. As I said at the start, at the moment, ad revenue is terrible. So supporting via super chats and memberships and Patreons makes a huge difference, and also means an awful lot, because it's a very generous thing to do. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for whatever the next thing is. That video we recorded earlier, probably. See you later, gang.